Yo guys, how's it going today? It is your boy Burkround88 coming at you. A little different video today on NHL, and today's going to be covering how the game needs to evolve throughout the year to make it a little better and a little more user friendly, because there's some things in this game that as the year progresses and cards progress and overall progresses, some things get anchored down and they don't evolve with the game and they don't progress with the user and the game itself. So we're going to talk about that. I hope you guys do enjoy it. Leave in the comment section down below if there's something in this game that feels like it's left back in October and you feel as the year goes on it should get better, because there's one really big one and we're going to talk about that right now. I hope you guys do enjoy it, but let's get into it. So you're going to see we're in the store, but before we dive into it, guys, hit that thumbs up and don't forget that sub button, notification bell down below so you don't miss anything in the future. But when it comes to the store, what is one thing about this game? It's not that packs don't, keep coming, or the packs don't evolve themselves. You'll see here, like, we have team builder packs that evolve with the times, and other packs that, like, instead of getting 80 plus packs, we're getting 82 plus packs. In like January, it's 81 plus packs. So like we do have stuff that evolves, but when you look at the main packs themselves, like Jumbo Elite players, I really think that this here needs to change. 18% on an 86 plus is horrible this time of year. When you're opening packs in May, you should not have the same odds as in October. This isn't a negative video. This isn't complaining. This is just me saying, like, this is one thing that I think they need to improve upon as the game progresses. Like maybe from October to December, fine, you leave it at 18%, but when we get to January to like March, maybe it upgrades to like 22%. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but it gives you more chance of better pulls. And then maybe when we get into like April, May, June, July, you bump it up to like 45%, where you're getting more 86s, because you should not be opening the packs this late in the year and you're not getting any purples at all. That's kind of unacceptable. People trying to get into the game, they're not building teams better, and 86 overalls aren't helping anybody's team. It just gives them a couple of purples to pull. For one, it gets you that rush, it gets you a little exciting when you see that purple, but two, it helps you build your team. Purples have zero value, so it's not like by bumping the odds up, they're really doing anything to the economy, right? So it's something that I think needs to happen, where the packs you're getting throughout your weekly rewards, those odds need to come up. Now that is going to be one of my two that I'm bringing up here today. The other one has got to be MSPs. MSPs are better this year than they were in the past year, and that's because it's power-up collectibles. Now, the price is a little bit higher with power-up collectibles than collectibles were last year, but you get to use them elsewhere. So if you've got Adam Fox, we'll say, at the start of the year, you built him up and then you powered him down. Last year, you would power him down and get Hut Headliners collectibles, and you couldn't do anything with them. This year, you power them down and you get half of your power-up collectibles back, which then you can in turn build up into another MSP. That was a huge win. But something I don't like is the progression of the cost to the progression of the overalls of MSPs. So for instance, in the 82 category, because you get an 82 for one collectible, right? So you need 3 82s to get 1 82. So 3 for 1, we'll say, is a good way of looking at it. Well, jump us up to the All-Stars. You needed 2 collectibles to make 1 MSP. Now they're 83s. So should the 83s be more than the 82s? You can say, okay, sure, they should be more, but we're going to slowly check out the value of the progression, and we're going to see where it gets really out of whack. So you need 2 collectibles to make an 83. In this set, you need 2 83s to make 1 83. So it was 3 82s to make 1. Now it's 2 83s to make 1 83. So it's kind of in the same ballpark, but it gets very aggressive here. And then when we get to the 84s, which is your Hut Elite, to get an Austin Matthews, for instance, he's an 84 overall, you need 5 collectibles. This is where it takes a bit of a jump. So we're going to go to the 84s, because this is how we do the path. So you need 2.5 84s to get 1 84. Now I know you can't do half a card, so you really need 3, right? But it's staying within the same. 3, 2, 2.5, 3, 2, 2.5. It's staying within there. When we jump up to the 85s, now you need 8. Now you need 8 85. Now you need 8 collectibles to get 185, which now you need 2.5 again to get 185. Now it jumps us up to where we're looking at it right now, where we get that aggressive 15 to get 186, which is, if you're following our path here, which is a little bit more aggressive, you need 4 86 overalls to get 186 MSP. So it's a bit of an aggressive jump that they've gotten into now, which it should be the exact opposite in my opinion. As these cards with overalls progress, they're progressing with the game. They shouldn't increase that aggressively in value. So 82s back in October are not usable, really. You can use them, but you can't use them. So you could get away with it in October, but really not. And then you get into 83s that were like November. You can use it, but really not. 84s in December, you're not really using. 85s in January and February, you can't really use. And then now you're looking at 86, you can't use 86 now. Like, it's just, they're so far behind, but yet they're the most expensive we've had. Now, the reason it's this way is because they're worried about the economy. And they're worried that if you can build this 86 MSP for cheap, then you could go all the way back. Now, why am I bringing something like this up? It is because the progression doesn't feel right. So it's 15 collectibles for 186. Or, better yet, it's 8 collectibles for 185. Well, if you go back to the start of the year, you don't get 8 collectibles for an 85. You don't get 8 collectibles for an 85. You get 3 collectibles. So where'd the value go? If you can trade in an 85 for 3 collectibles, but yet it costs you 8 collectibles to make it, I just don't see where that makes sense. In my opinion, I know it's a perfect world and we get what we want. I think MSPs should equal their turn-in cost. That's what I think MSPs should equal. So if an 86, for example, gets you 4 collectibles, then it should cost you 4 collectibles. If an 85 gets you 3 collectibles, then it should cost 3 collectibles. Or maybe a little more. Sure, if you want to make it cost a little more because you want people to, I guess, I don't know, lose out on the exchanges instead of just breaking even, make it cost 5. But why are we putting in 15 collectibles on a card that makes 3 collectibles? It just doesn't make sense to me. That's just my 2 thoughts, my opinion on the evolution of the game. I think they need to make the MSPs cost a little less. I think it's way too aggressive right now for an 86. You got to turn in a lot to get an 86. When like I was talking about with packs, the odds of getting 86s are really low. So now you got to spend even more to get an MSP that has no value until you power it up. It's a base item, and the base item shouldn't be expensive. The power up on the base item, sure, make that could be expensive. If you want to power it up, then it costs, but it costs way more to get a 86 card than it does to get an 88 card off the auction house. And you don't even have to power up the 88 card, and it's more usable. It just, the MSPs need to have better value, and the packs need to come up. That's just my 2 cents, guys. Just a little Saturday 2 cents. Put your 2 cents in the comment section down below with what you think is being held back. But I do thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. Until next time, guys. Ciao, ciao.